We're going to be converting our lightning frozen build for Act 2 to a pure DPS build. The monk is going to be crushing with lightning and also physical damage at the same time. So we're going to be taking a look first at our skills, and that is the most probably important thing. So we're going to get away from the following. Glacial Cascade goes out the window. You're not going to need this. You're probably going to need this for maybe the first part, but that's it. Then after this, we're going to be using the following skills, but also Falling Thunder. We're still going to be using it, but not like in Act 1 where this was your go-to. This is more like your third or fourth. So that also is just to get you out of any trouble. But we're going to be using the following, which are going to be, it's going to be just 2 or 3 guys. First one, we're going to be using the Storm Wave. This skill here, we're going to be able to unlock it at level 8 when you are going to get one of those skill gems level 8, and you're going to be getting one very early in Act 2. But we're going to get Tempest Fury, and that is also another one that we're going to be able to use because this is something that we're going to be doing a lot with. But we are also going to need Hero of Thunder. Your Hero of Thunder, you're going to be able to get and unlock it before you get into Act 2. And you're going to be able to get it by killing one boss. And this is going to be a spirit gem that you're going to be able to craft. If you missed this, it's probably because you did not fight a boss. So let me show you first where exactly this is. When it comes to Act 1, after you are in Act 1, you're going to be able to fight this boss that is going to be here, the Phaeton. This boss right below him, you are going to kill him, and eventually he is going to drop that. That is where you're going to go through 3 different sections where you have to do a ritual, kill everybody, and then eventually you kill him. He gives you that spirit gem that you are able to unlock, and then you're going to acquire that spirit gem, which you're going to convert it to a Hero of Thunder. So these are going to be our bread and butter. All these 3 are going to work together. As we are doing a lot of DPS, the great thing about this is that our Hero of Thunder is going to support our Tempest Fury, which we're going to be able to do a lot of damage. And first, we're going to be taking a look at one in particular, and that is going to be the Storm Wave. Storm Wave is going to replace the Glacial Cascade. However, I will give you a warning. Towards the end of the video, when you're fighting the last boss, you may need Glazing Cascade. So keep that handy just in case you need it. However, I do have a way to go around this because the last boss, it is not immune, but it's more resistant to lightning, and that is what this build is all about. But we have a counter to that. That is the great thing about it. So we're going to be using the following support gems. Now let's take a look at them. The first one is going to be the Lightning Infusion because it's going to support attacks, which we're going to be able to gain 25% of the damage as extra lightning damage, and is also going to support attacks deal 20% less cold and fire damage. But you know, that is not the type of build we're going with. And then we're going to be looking at the Concentrated Effect. This one is going to support skills deal 40% more area damage, which increases the amount of lightning you're going to do, and also is going to be focusing at the same time on lesser areas, which deals very good damage because you're concentrating on those certain sections. So that is what it's going to do. And then we're going to be able to check out the other one, which is going to be the Tempest Fury. And let's take a look at the support ones. We have here support skills that have 25% more attack speed. Since this is more of a melee type of attack, we're going to be dealing that damage, which is physical, which translates to DPS. And with lightning, you're going to be casting down a lot of lightning and everything that's just around it. Where this build comes very handy and makes everything so easy is when you have a lot of enemies around you. You could be surrounded by 50 different enemies at the same time, and you're going to come out there with no problem. This is where this build comes handy and becomes very, very powerful because that DPS just kicks in very hard. And of course, we're going to do Crescendo. Crescendo, it is a very nice support which is going to support the attack, melee, and strike at the same time. Because what it's going to do is that final strikes supported skill can be performed twice in succession. So we're going to be able to do that damage even more. So now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at Hurl of Thunder. This, once again, you guys know this one, it is a 100% of bolt physical damage. Yes, you're going to need a good quarterstaff. Unfortunately, I do not have a good quarterstaff. I was running with a 13 level quarterstaff, which drove me insane because it didn't drop. So what I had to do is get very creative, and I'll show you guys what I did once we get into the different type of items, weapons, and gear, because I really had to get creative because the RNG wasn't very happy with me and they weren't loving me at all. But we were able to craft certain things like the support conduction, which, check it out, support skills that have 100% more chance to shock. But in our skill tree, we're going to be able to choose the shock chance and also check shock critical hit, which is going to increase this to a greater power, which makes this build so much fun. And then, of course, supported skills have 40% more area of effect, and this is where this build becomes even much more fun, as you guys are seeing there. Now, of course, this is a supportive type of skill. As you guys see, it has no DPS on it. So what that means is that you're able to turn it on for this type of skills, which enhances these two skills by just having Hurl of Thunder. Now, towards the end of the video, I had to get very creative, as I said, because the final boss, it is immune. And I believe the final stage of Act 2, also it is immune to lightning. Not immune to lightning, but more resistant to lightning. So I had to get creative, guys. So I went ahead and I got the conductivity spell level 8. I got a nice level 8 skill gem, which I turn it into this. And look, what it does is that a curse applies after 1 second delay. Curse radius 1.7, curse radio. So what it's going to do is curse enemies have a negative 32% to lightning resistance. So I am going to reduce the lightning resistance on the enemies. So that means that my lightning damage, which it is what I'm doing, DPS, and trying to do as much as I can with my lightning monk build, is going to hit 30% harder, which, trust me, came in clutch at the end and then the final chapter. If you go in this route, this is what you guys should do. But if you want something different besides what everybody's trying to run, which is the Tempest build, I went, you know what? I'm not going to go that way. We're going to be a little bit more different. And this is the way I went, because not a lot of everybody's using the conductivity, which I think is underrated. And it's very powerful. Getting that minus 32, you can practically melt everybody fast, because what you're going to do is this is going to kick in fast, and this is going to kick in fast, and this is going to kick in fast, which makes it very, very nice. So there it is. So now let's take a look at the passives. And of course, we went this way, as you guys are able to see. Let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. So let me show you really quickly. So if you are here, we're going to be taking a look at the following. So we're going to went this way, the evasion energy. We went this way. We got a little bit of some of the evasion, because with a monk, you got to get some evasion, because that is going to help you to be able to stay alive. And that is what we want to do. But we went then after that, what we did is we have to level up our skills speed. So we increased our skill by 3, and then we got another 3. And then after this, we went to a 10% increased attack damage, which also, since we are doing a melee type of build, this is going to kick in very nice. And then, of course, right here, we got flow like water, which increased 8% attack and cast speed, and also gives us 5 additional points to our dexterity and intelligence. Now, have in mind, if you still don't know how this works in regards to the different status, the dexterity is going to help on your weapon speed, such as, but your intelligence, since we are monk and we're trying to build based on our different skills, our intelligence is going to help us deal more damage with our skills jams. So have that in mind. And of course, the other one, which is going to be strength, is more about your physical, but it's more about your life. It's giving you more life in the game. But we have certain things here in the build that is going to help you counter all of that. But then we went to the gain 3 life per enemy kill. And since we are rapidly killing everybody, so if you're in a jam with 50 different enemies, you're still going to be having your life up all the time. And you guys are seeing here on the meter, it's always up. Most of the time is up. And then we have another 3% of life on kill. And then we went this way, which will also increase our skill speed again. And we got more skill speed and 50% increase mana regeneration, so we can have that mana always up and also helping us out to keep our skills going. And then we got another one skill. And then we went this route and we got some strength and we went to do critical. I believe that the monk needs to have crit because you are doing so many hits very fast and you're hitting super fast that this 15% and this 10% and this additional 25% that gives us a bonus and also non-critical hits, and it also is going to increase our crit chance, becomes very, very key when you're using this build. Then we went this route and we got the chalk chance, which we got 15%, and we also have gain 5% of damage of extra lightning damage and 30% increased chance to shock. Now, I'm also going to show you in my gear, I believe that I have additional items that I was able to use to be able to increase that. And then, of course, I don't think I showed this, but then we got more strength here and a little bit more of intelligence. Now, we went up a little bit over here. We got some dexterity, we got some intelligence, and we went here, we got more intelligence, and we got some more here, intelligence, dexterity, and we went up on the left side and we got some additional dexterity that's going to help us with our weapon speed, and we got some 50% increased critical damage bonus, because when that bonus kicks in, it helps a lot. We got some strength, and we got some strength here, and then of course we eventually got here. But once we got here to be able to use our jewels, so if you got those jewels, don't sell them, because those will become handy once you come to the socket section. And in this case, I only had, this is probably the best one I had, which was 2% damage taken, recouped as life. So if I take damage, I'm getting life back, which was very helpful and makes things a lot easier. And that's why you're seeing me go like head to head at every single enemy. But of course, everybody hates poison, because with poison, everybody goes down. And that is one thing you don't get in Act 1 and you don't get in Act 2 for resistance. You get it until Act 3, which sucks. But this helps us to counter that. And then we got some intelligence to be able to get those skills a lot stronger. We went down here a little bit because we're working on our way to our subclasses, and then got intelligence. We got more here, and then we got this one, which is additional intelligence. And look at this thing. This thing is glowing right here. It's telling me, come and get me. Come and get me. And look at that, guys. That looks amazing, but we're not going that way yet. And then we got additional intelligence, and we have more intelligence. So our intelligence is almost there, and I believe you need 80 or 82 and almost 60 dexterity to be able to unlock your subclass. So that is in regards to the skills, to the passive skills. Now, let's take a look at the gear. And this is where I got to give you some tips on what exactly I did, because the gods of RNG are not loving us, guys. So what I did is the following. I was able to get this quarterstaff, not because it dropped from me, and still level 20 is not that much up there in level. But what I did is the following. I went back to the shop, and luckily someone sold it, and I was there and I bought it. I mean, they cost me like about 2,000 gold coins, but it was worth it because it helped me. The higher you have this quarterstaff, the easier things are going to be. The higher your DPS is going to be, of course. I'm level 34 and my quarterstaff is only level 20, very under level. So have that in mind. Always check the shop. Another thing you could do, if you find a good one that is in magic and higher level than this or higher level than what you have, grab it, because eventually you're going to get one of those orbs that is going to transform a magic item to a rare item, and that is where you're going to take advantage. And then we have this helmet that, once again, I converted this one from magic to rare, in which you guys are able to see there, level 26, and this come with certain things. And then I'll show you it's something that I had that I was very lucky on this one to get, and that is the 14% increased rarity of items. Once I equip this and I equip this ring, I got additional rarity items found and became very, very crucial by me getting better gear towards the end. And that is what kind of saved me a bit. And then, of course, we got this one here, which I also converted from magic. And this was a special drop that I got, because it was one of those orbs that gave me convert from normal to gold to rare with 4 modifiers, and that's why you're seeing 2, 4, 6 instead of 4, because the other 2, what I use one of these items to upgrade my different items to, I believe, give me for my rare, to convert to 1 additional random modifier and another modifier. I had 2 of them. I used them, and boom, I got 6. And then I put in a one of those runes that helped me and gave me additional damage, torn damage, and that is why you're able to see 6 there. And then, of course, then I got this boots that dropped in, very lucky, and almost towards the end before the boss fight. And of course, I got this one here, the robust, which I was able to farm. No, not the best, but it does help. 31, a lot better than 15 what I was carrying. And also I got this one, which I converted from magic to rare, and that is why you're seeing it. I got very lucky on this because I had to get a little bit more creative, and guess what? I got more intelligence and gained 2 life with hit attacks, and also maximum energy shield. The more energy shields you have with the monk, the much better you're gonna be off. And then, of course, I will show you right now the other ring, but I did get this charm, which is really good because it did help a little bit towards the end, because it does have fire resistance, and I'll tell you why this is very crucial right here towards the end. While I'm talking to you, I'll show you the boss fight. And this also very nice, because I got an additional fire resistance, but I also have increased lightning damage, and I also have a life regeneration. And also I got this one here that gave me increased rarity and also gain life per kill. And then we also got a 27 cold damage. However, I was able to get this and it dropped. When I got this, I was like, you know what? I'm not even wearing a shield. Let me put it on. And this is a energy shield that goes perfectly with the monk. And it gave me something that I really needed to go against that boss. And that is this here. Increase energy shield and increase cold damage. So that automatically gave me more than I needed to be able to put me over the top. So that's why you're seeing me there hitting the boss a lot, very close on the first phase. And also gave me critical spell damage bonus and also the cold resistance. Now, I am missing one key item, and this is here. I was able to go back to the shop, and I went and I got this ring. This ring came in crucial as well because it gave me a plus 25% to lightning resistance. And if you did not know, the final boss is very not immune, but it's more it was more resistant to lightning. So this helped me, gave me 25 with my other spell that gave me minus 32 debuff on the boss, and also the 34% evasion rating, which also helped a lot and gave me that 14 life per enemy kill. So that became very handy. And overall, that is everything, guys, that I was able to do. And that's pretty much how I was able to beat that boss towards the end. Without those things, it wouldn't be, it would have been, I had to be a longer fight, but that helped me because I was able to get that creativity on to be able to survive. And I once make sure that if you guys have these things, the rarity items found, equip them. Even if you take a little more damage, equip them because that's going to help you. Because look at all this gear that I started getting right afterwards. It's crazy. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. See that? I was able to get much better stuff, and I haven't even identified this. So see what it is. Look at that, level 26, and then I got this one that is a level 26 as well. But I was able to get this items level 7 uncut skill gems and level 7 as well. And then I also was able to get another uncut skill gem. So there you go. That is everything you guys need to know on how to put this build together. It is very powerful, and I got a lot of good stuff out of it. If you guys have any questions in regards to this build, do let me know in the comment section. Also, check out this other video that's going to help you on how to farm a certain location that is going to give you on how to level up and also on getting best gear. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video.